it's the 80th anniversary of FDR being sworn into office, and here is clip number one, Shano. Here's something that he had to say on this day 80 years ago as he was first becoming president after 3 years of Republican austerity brought this country to its knees.
This is preeminently the time to speak the truth, the whole truth, frankly and boldly. Nor need we shrink from honestly facing conditions in our country today. This great nation will endure as it has endured, will revive and will prosper.
Yeah, there you go. And we did. Because FDR came in and he said, you know, this Republican stuff that they've been promoting for the last 3 years that they've been doing ever since the 1920 election when Harding ran on the campaign platform of more business in government, less government in business. That worked out really brilliantly, didn't it? I mean, it's just like when Reagan in 1982 or 83 deregulated the S&Ls. What happened in 86? They crashed. So Harding deregulates business in 1921, drops top tax rate from 91% down to 25%. Boom! Hot money hits the marketplace. You get the Roaring '20s. The Roaring '20s was a giant bubble of speculation, stock speculation, land speculation, commodity speculation, particularly land speculation. And that bubble burst, the land bubble burst in 27, followed by the commodity bubble bursting in 28 and the stock market bubble bursting in 29. Things moved a little slower back then. Although our land speculation bubble burst in 2006. It was late 2006. It was the third quarter of 2006. Into the first couple of quarters of 2007, we saw 20, 30% cuts, drops in housing starts. The Kansas City Fed was freaking out about this. Those of you who've been listening to this program since then know I was talking about it at the time, saying, okay, we are seeing the 1920s repeated. And George W. Bush was basically doing the Herbert Hoover. And then when the bottom fell out, George W. Bush said, okay, well, we're not going to do what Hoover did. What Hoover did was he just stood there. You know, Andrew Mellon was his Secretary of the Treasury, and he said, just liquidate everything. Liquidate labor, let all those people go unemployed. Liquidate the businesses, liquidate the bank, just let them fall. The market will take care of it. Now, Mellon and his buddies, the banksters, who had arguably brought about this crisis, just like the modern day crisis was brought about by our banksters running amok with greed, Mellon and his buddies were making out like bandits. And they were buying assets for pennies on the dollar. They were the only ones who had any money left. So, of course, liquidate everything. And, you know, over a 3-year period, they did that. And unemployment got up to about a third of Americans. And Franklin Roosevelt comes into office and says, that's it. This is insane. The government should become the employer of last resort. And the government did become the employer of last resort in the FDR administration. And the peak of that, of course, was World War II, and it completely got us out of the Great Depression. Government spending. Oh, my God, government spending. You see, there's this thing called the business cycle. And when the business cycle is down, government spending should go up because capitalism isn't a perfect system. It's certainly not a perfect system for governance, but it's not even a perfect system for ensuring life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, for making sure that everybody has what they, you know, just, I was going to say what they need. I think probably a more accurate way of saying it is an opportunity to get what they need. Capitalism doesn't provide that. It's the best thing so far that we've seen on a large scale that comes close to it. Although I think you can make a strong argument that the cooperative movement could give capitalism a run for its money, and in fact is in many parts of the world. Like in the Basque region of Spain, with Mondragon, down in Argentina. Here in the United States, there are more people who work for cooperatives, who are members of cooperatives, work for worker-owned cooperatives, than there are union members now in the United States. But all of that aside, the fact of the matter is that when the private economy falls, when capitalism fails, as it does every 10, 15, 20 years, I mean, the business cycle goes up and it goes down. And when the business cycle goes down, yeah, the oligarchs, the billionaires, the fat cats, they can buy up assets really cheap and then sell them when the business cycle is at its peak. And the speculators make a lot of money. The banksters make a lot of money. But a lot of people get thrown out of work. And since Ronald Reagan came into office, by and large, at the bottom of the business cycles, the argument of the Republicans has been, that's just those people, those unemployed people, they're just the collateral damage of capitalism, and it's an acceptable price to pay for a capitalist system. Whereas from 1933, when Franklin Roosevelt came in and said basically, clip number 6, Shano, basically said this.
Treating the task as we would treat the emergency of a war, but at the same time, through this employment, accomplishing greatly needed projects to stimulate and reorganize the use of our great natural resources.
There you go. Basically, we're going to put people to work. Government's going to be the employer of last resort, and we're going to rebuild our country. From 1933 until 1981, everybody understood that's what you do during the down parts of the business cycle. When the business cycle is up, government gets out of the business of being an employer to the extent possible. We wound up the WPA and the CCC. They're no longer around. I mean, the WPA actually at law still exists, but there's nobody. It's not doing anything. So, when the business cycle is up, those are the times when you pay down debt and you raise taxes. When the business cycle is down, that's the time that you cut taxes and increase spending and increase borrowing. And this is simple stuff. Americans always understood this until the cons and their think tanks came along and their shills.